Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. It is officially fall and you know exactly what that means. You know that you are about to see thousands of fall get ready with me's. Confession, I don't actually like fall. I must say though, I've noticed more and more people are coming forward with this. I feel like a couple years ago, what kind of a person were you if you admitted you don't like fall? Now I see people like, it means it's gonna be cold. And I'm over here like, yeah, thank you, yeah, that's what I've been trying to say. But you gotta admire my dedication. I made this necklace for fall, made it myself. Took a pendant, put it on a chain. The creativity is astounding. I've actually got a lot I want to talk about in this video, so let me not get too sidetracked this early on. So I am going to be trying on makeup today. I pulled out my old Urban Decay Born to Run palette, which I need to learn to love. Maybe I'll like it more in the fall months than I did in the summer. Is this hair still sticking out over here? Ooh, my hair. Please ignore my hair. It is not my final form. That palette doesn't give me a light enough matte shade, so I gotta actually start with the Too Faced Sparkling Pineapple palette, which does have a very light shade in it. Okay, so in this video, I would like to talk a little bit about this idea that makeup is harmful for the skin, that makeup can cause breakouts. I see this idea perpetuated an awful lot, typically in this context exactly. If you have any kind of acne, if you're breaking out at all and people see you wearing makeup, they have this tendency to say, well, your solution is you need to stop wearing makeup, as if it is the makeup causing the problem and not the actual bacteria that is acne. I tend to think that the problem with this statement is that there is some actual truth to this, but the entire sentence itself is not truth. See, it's absolutely true that there are certain ingredients in makeup that can lead to breakouts for some people. And basically, in order to have this conversation, we're going to have to talk all about irritation once more, which you may have heard me talk about, so I apologize if this is repetitive. A lot of times people use the word breakouts to describe things that are not acne, and I'm not always sure that people actually notice the difference between what a pimple looks like versus irritation. Irritation is a result of using something that the skin reacts to, an allergic type of reaction, and it'll manifest in any way from, tiny little red bumps to hives, whereas the process of a pimple forming actually takes around a week. So basically, anytime you see any review of someone saying this caused me pimples overnight, it's not pimples, it's irritation. And this is why I have such frustration when we get into the topic of pore clogging. I'm sure you've heard people say, oh, these ingredients can clog the pores. Well, that's a bit overstated. And for some examples here, this would be ingredients like coconut oil. Coconut oil gets a terrible rap in a lot of circumstances, but for a lot of people, it does the exact opposite of causing breakouts. It actually heals their acne. And that's a lot of the reason I wanted to talk about this. I think that some of these ingredients people end up fearing without actually finding out for themselves if that's an ingredient that they personally have to worry about. So getting back to how irritation works, basically irritation is the result of an ingredient not getting along with your skin. So say you have an allergy to a specific ingredient, you put it on your skin reacts in the same way it would if you put anything you're allergic to anywhere on your body. And you basically end up experiencing the inflammatory response. And that can manifest in different ways for different skin types as well. Again, with this whole everybody's skin really and truly is different. For some people, again, you may have hives. For other people, your skin is compromised and it may put you in a situation where the bacteria of acne is now able to manifest as a pimple, rather than your skin prioritizing protecting your skin from that bacteria. And that's exactly why an allergic reaction on one person might actually look like a very real allergic reaction, while for another person, it instead looks like something broke them out. Something interesting that I've noticed is that people who have, that immediate allergic reaction will often call themselves sensitive skin types, whereas people who have that delayed reaction, the acne a week later, will not. And I think it's fascinating because really and truly everybody has sensitivities in one way or another. Everybody's skin type is different, everybody's allergies are different. And again, I think this is why it's so incredibly difficult to review skincare, but also makeup too. Foundations especially. I think it would be so much more helpful to the community if people in general had more of an understanding of how this works. And by the way, I'm using a little bit of the Smashbox primer oil under my eyes to clean up the fallout. That's one of the tips I actually wanted to give in this video, and I'm moving ahead of myself here. So, as far as using makeup remover under your eyes, you don't have to. You can just go in with an oil and actually give your skin benefits while cleaning up that eyeshadow fallout. I'm going to be using primer next because I have a very difficult skin type. I use 2 primers, sometimes 3. I use a primer over the areas where I break out, and then I use a hydrating primer on my forehead, that whole reverse T-zone situation. So I'm going to be using the CoverFX Mattifying Primer with Anti-Acne Treatment today. Yes, this is actually a makeup product that fights breakouts. The literal proof in the pudding of the fact that not all makeup you put on your skin will cause breakouts. Some will actually treat it. Did my shirt work its way upward? Why do I wear this? Why do I try? Fighting a great force around here that wants to push things upwards. Ugh. And then I'm also going to use the Juno Moonshine Miracle Cream. They sent this over. Apparently this is a new release, and it's fantastic. It reminds me a whole lot of the Bobbi Brown. But yeah, this is a primer and a moisturizer, hence why I'm adding it to my neck right now. They made this with hyaluronic acid and avocado oil, so if you have dry skin, you are probably going to absolutely love this, especially if you like the more moisturizer style of primers. Some primers are definitely more of moisturizers in their nature, and then some are not made to moisturize the skin at all. So for example, blurring primers like Benefits Professional is not meant to be a moisturizer, it is meant to fill your pores. I know some people don't have a skincare routine and primer ends up kind of substituting as a skincare routine. It can. And if you're using a primer in that type of way, I would absolutely recommend to you something like the Juno Moonshine Primer or the First Aid Beauty Hyaluronic Primer. Both of those are great options, and they're about the same price too. I gotta admit though, this one actually does blend out better than the First Aid Beauty, so I might actually have a new favorite hyaluronic primer. Look who finally decided to buy Tarte again. I've had a lot of questions about Tarte as a brand lately, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. Strictly in terms of ingredients and effectiveness, Tarte is actually fantastic, plus their prices are very reasonable in my opinion. They used to be one of my absolute favorite brands. I stopped buying from them for a long time. I wanted to make sure we really sent that message that, you need to include everybody in your products. So anyway, this is the Found Sealer. I bought a new shade. I bought Fair Light Sand. I noticed that light sand has been too light for me, or too deep for me rather, lately. Surprise, surprise, my skin has been lighter as a result of using SPF 50 over SPF 30. Who would have ever thought? I do want to get back to this topic though of irritation. So what kind of ingredients can cause irritation? I hate to tell you this after just saying that I like a brand that is, clean, more natural oriented, but in all truth, you're gonna need to be more careful with natural ingredients. Before you click off on this video, I love and respect the natural clean movement. If I have the time in this video, I'll even elaborate on that. I might have to save it for another video, but I really do respect the clean natural movement. I mean, I wouldn't have gone and gotten a degree in nutrition if I didn't believe in that type of thing, right? So the reason why I'm saying you have to watch out for those ingredients is something that a lot of people don't quite think about. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to make this as simple as possible. A lot of people fear the word chemicals, but the problem with fearing the word chemicals is that it's really, I hate to say this, but really it's just a bit of a poor misunderstanding of the composition of matter. You know, you can see water as some super hippy-dippy thing where you can immerse yourself in earth under a waterfall, or you can see it as dihydrogen monoxide. Both are correct. Okay, I think this example will make sense. So have you ever been sick and somebody tells you, you need some vitamin C, you need to be eating oranges? Yes, it is true. Vitamin C reduces the severity and the length of a cold, so it's smart to have vitamin C if you are getting sick. The catch here is that saying you need oranges is only part of the story. Oranges do contain vitamin C. Oranges are not vitamin C, because many other things contain vitamin C. For example, cherries, broccoli, and I don't think too many people are going to be substituting broccoli for oranges in their recipes. And yet both of those contain vitamin C, so what you should be taking from this at this point is that vitamin C is a component of oranges, but it is not the entirety of the orange. I'm going to use the Estee Lauder concealer, which I've actually learned to really love. I'm so happy I bought this. You know, the fact is, all plants in nature are made up of different compounds. They contain multiple compounds, but what's another word for compounds? Chemicals. So the reason that natural ingredients end up being sometimes concerning is not because they're from the earth or they're of a natural origin, but because every single time you see on an ingredients list a plant, you now know that that plant has a ton of chemicals within it. And the more chemicals appear in a product, the higher your chance of having an allergic reaction to one single ingredient. All right, I'm gonna be using the Lawless Seal the Deal setting powder again. If you are avoiding talc as an ingredient, I respect that, and this is a truly great option for you. I do respect that. I think that at the very least, when it comes to using talc products, make sure that you are not breathing them in. So back to the controversy over clean ingredients, I think that some of the biggest offenders here end up being essential oils. And if you know my channel and you know me, then you know that I've talked about discovering, after a very long time, that bergamot was one of my problems. And again, essential oils are so tricky because it's entirely possible to have one work wonders for you. For example, I love tea tree oil. Tea tree oil works really well for me, and yet bergamot doesn't. So, for me, this is not a situation of I won't use essential oils. I certainly will use tea tree oil, but I cannot use bergamot. So I do realize this is a really difficult topic and that I'm ultimately saying, there's no one ingredient that you have to avoid. It's all figuring out your own skin. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I think when people say things like, oh, that ingredient's going to break you out, I'm sure they have every good intention in the world. But the thing is, it may break them out, but will it break you out? You have to know your skin to know that. And ultimately, I really, really, really wish that we would have more honest conversations about words like chemicals. By demonizing that word, we've kind of created this situation of a lack of true understanding, and I truly think that's how you run into most issues in this entire world, a lack of understanding. Which then ultimately means, to answer the question of does makeup cause breakouts, it can. And it might actually prevent them. I want to do eyeliner next. So Pure sent me their On Point eyeliners. I requested these through Octoly specifically because one of you commented about how great these were, I believe, on my Kohl's video. All right, let's do this black one today. I want to see how dark it is. This is the shade Heartless. These are some of my absolute favorite designs for eyeliner because I often am very short on time and just behind in my life. What these do is when you open them, it tells you on here to sharpen by turning it. Basically, when you go to open it, you actually hear it sharpen, so you never have a dull tip. You never have to sharpen these yourself either. You just open them and go. Oh, you guys, it's a good black too. I wanted to show you guys the olive shade. This is Hotline. It is a gorgeous olive. This is a color I was looking for a really long time, so blend it out a little so you can see. Yeah, that's gorgeous, and it wore all day too. These are impressive. Thank you so much, subscriber who told me about these. I am so serious. You guys give me some of the absolute best tips. I figure I'll try their liquid eyeliner also. This is the shade VIP. Ooh, I want to talk about liquid eyeliner while we're here. So I see a lot of people talking about whether the actual application of makeup harms your skin or not. I don't think it has to. I don't think you have to do things like pull on your eyelid. We see a lot of absolutely perfected eyeshadow looks and eyeliner on Instagram, but please keep in mind that people are using Facetune and apps that I don't even know of to perfect their makeup. I feel like it's important to keep in perspective what people actually see in real life. You know, unless you have people standing inches from your face consistently, they're not going to notice if your eyeliner's not 1,000% perfect. So I personally do not pull on my eyelids in order to do this type of look or to do eyeliner at all. It's part of why I get so grumpy with Instagram. I really try not to, but so much of what I see on Instagram is unattainable in real life. It's not real life. A couple of quick tips for smoothing out liquid eyeliner after you've applied it. One is take an eyeliner brush and kind of swipe along the edges. That will smooth them out. Or you can take a regular eyeliner and go over it. That's a trick I learned from a Tarte video 7-ish years ago. So I just primed my lashes with the Clinique Lash Building Primer. I'm kind of trying to get through every lash primer in existence these days, so I bought this one. I like the size of it. You guys, I need to break into this Sephora Clean makeup kit a little more than I have. I bought it for the powder, but this is embarrassing. You can use some of the other products, you know, Alice. I did try the Ilia foundation after watching Personal Beauty Lab's video on it, and it is gorgeous. I kind of love these types of brushes, though. I usually am able to declump my lashes, so that works well for me. We'll just kind of apply this thick and then comb it out. That is honestly really impressive for a mascara, actually. I like it a lot. All right, so I'm gonna use the Smashbox Cali Contour. Actually, I wanna bronze my forehead today, even though I'm probably gonna put a hat on. Hey guys, guess what? This is actually what my hair looks like when I finish bronzing. Isn't it cute? But I used the Lancome Le French Glow that they sent me. You guys know I love this. Wasn't expecting to ever be even okay with the bronzer. So they also sent me the Blush Subtil in French Blush. I'm so excited about this. I didn't even know this shade existed, but true story with Lancome, they used to have this peach blush. Look at this color. Look how pretty that is. That appeals to me so much. So I panned that peach blush completely, and then when I went to repurchase it, they were like, oh, we discontinued that. My heart was broken. It was the prettiest peach blush. I mean, I've always liked a bold blush. I think that's when I ended up buying MAC's Modern Mandarin instead, because I wanted that same warmth in a blush. Completely different experience. This actually reminds me of Modern Mandarin. I was thinking about it, and I think I wear my blush a little more like some people wear bronzer. I've seen some people do this thing with their bronzer. I like to do it with blush, this too. Oh, look at that. I actually aligned the colors properly in today's video, unlike last week's. All right, I'm going to use the Ofra Signature Glow Highlighting Palette. Why is the bottom of this sticky, Ofra? That is that's my second complaint. First off, the white packaging is already dirty. But like, why is it so sticky? Did any of you buy this? Is yours sticky? I don't understand. What's that second shade over? It's always Rodeo Drive. And for whatever reason, I never remember that that's the shade name. Finally starting to feel a little more complete. I gotta have the hat for now. I really need to find the time to make a hair appointment, but I don't have it right now. I've been ridiculously busy. Anyway, let's finish this look. We gotta do lips, and Grande Cosmetics sent me the Fall in Love Lip Plumper Trio. You guys pointed out last time I had some of these are kind of pricey, agreed, but this set itself is $27 with the $45 value. I think that's the way to go, and this is all fall colors in here. There's no way I'm not going to try this glittery one because the last set that I had was all solid colors. I loved them, but I haven't tried a glitter from this brand yet, and this is the shade Amber Glow. I'm going to tell you guys what, I have tried a ton of lip plumping products. As you have probably noticed, I have a petite upper lip. Rest assured, I was made fun of for it in middle school and elementary school and high school. I loved college though. By the time you get to college, people just they stop caring about petty nonsense. I'm gonna tell you guys honestly, these are the best lip plumpers that I've ever tried. If you've tried stuff like the Too Faced lip injection, is that what it's called? Those sting. This doesn't. It plumps your lips with hyaluronic acid. I'm super happy with this look, but be honest with me, did I pull off a fall look or did I do summer? Whoops. This sweater, I swear. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.